When Kim Kardashian showed up at the 2022 Met Gala in Marilyn Monroe's iconic gown, the internet went nuts. And not just because of the dress.
And I had to lose 16 pounds.
TikTok was convinced Kim's slim new look was from the diabetes drug, Ozempic, Hollywood's not-so-secret weight loss weapon.
Ozempic. I guess everyone in Hollywood has diabetes.
People are doing Ozempic parties here in LA where they all do an Ozempic.
Everyone is on Ozempic. It's a miracle. It's too good to be true.
You look great. Everybody looks so great. When I look around this room, I can't help but wonder, is Ozempic right for me?
But Kim wasn't alone. Mindy Kaling, Adele, and Oprah were also scrutinized for their tight new looks.
Controversy in the diet world.
Even Elon Musk sang Ozempic's praises on Twitter, claiming to have lost 13.6 kilograms on the drug. Since then, it's gone viral, and pharmacies around the globe are facing severe shortages.
And without my diabetes medication, I'll die.
How much weight could you lose?
I lost so much weight so fast.
And could Ozempic kill you?
I actually ended up in the hospital for 3 days because it also caused pancreatitis.
For this episode, we'll put this weight loss fad to the test to see how and if it works. This is Your Body On, the Ozempic diet. Ozempic contains the active ingredient semaglutide, which mimics the natural hormone glucagon-like peptide 1, or GLP-1, in our bodies. When you eat, your body's enzymes break down food and release glucose into your bloodstream. About 10 to 15 minutes after eating, the cells in your small intestines will pump out GLP-1, sending signals to your pancreas to release insulin and lower your blood sugar levels. This helps delay your digestion, making you feel full for longer. Which is great if you have diabetes, as the longer food stays in your stomach, the slower the breakdown of nutrients. This keeps your blood sugar levels from spiking. It also blocks any new glucose production by the liver. This inhibits the release of extra sugar into the bloodstream, making it a 1-2 punch against diabetes and chronic obesity. But is it safe for people just looking to slim down? For the record, none of this is medical advice, so be sure to talk to your doctor before hopping on any diet bandwagon. Should you take it? If you have a history of thyroid cancer in your family, steer clear of Ozempic. And if you're already on diabetes medicine to manage your blood sugar levels, combining these drugs could put you at risk for severe hypoglycemia. It's also worth avoiding if you have any issues with your kidneys or pancreas. Not to mention, it isn't cheap, so be prepared to lose some wallet weight too. Depending on the dosage, it can cost anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 for a refill.
Rip-off.
With that out of the way, let's see what would happen to your body if you took the drug for a year. Week 1. In the first week, you'll start with a low dose of 0.25 milligrams, so the effects might not be immediate.
I feel nothing.
If you have diabetes, you're probably used to having several insulin injections daily. Luckily, Ozempic only needs to be injected once a week. And if you're not a fan of needles, there's a pill version called Reliance.
Oh, thank God.
After a few days, you might notice you feel a little less hungry than usual.
So I've not been finishing my food. I've just been eating as much as I can and then just leaving the rest and throwing it away or giving it to the dogs.
But there's a catch. Excuse me. You'll likely burp and fart more than you'd like.
Jeez, did a dinosaur just fart?
So you might need to keep your distance. You could also feel a little sleepy, dizzy, and nauseous. Week 4. After 1 month on Ozempic, doctors will test to see if your blood glucose levels are in control. If they aren't, your dosage might be bumped up as high as 2 milligrams. At this point, you'll likely notice that you've lost some weight.
So I've lost 6.4 pounds since I started the medication.
But before you do a happy dance on your scale, all this weight loss could come at a price.
I had nausea, heartburn, brain fog.
Depending on your tolerance levels, you might be dealing with a constantly upset stomach.
And some days I experience diarrhea.
In some rare cases, you could get pancreatitis, leading to fever, severe nausea, and terrible tummy aches.
I feel so sick.
6 months. Wow, look at you! You've dropped down a few notches on your belt.
Look at me in my tight pants!
And your body is getting used to being a little malnourished. This might look good on the surface, but your body could be dealing with plenty of problems behind the scenes.
I started experiencing the worst acid reflux and the worst IBS ever. Like insane, excruciating stomach pain. It was crazy.
In some cases, you might experience lots of diarrhea and vomiting. Not fun.
Coming out of me like lava!
All this fluid loss could lead to acute kidney failure. If you notice yourself having trouble breathing, swelling around your ankles and feet, or having dark urine, get yourself to a doctor immediately. Worse yet, you could suffer hypoglycemia, a condition where your blood sugar levels drop dramatically. Hypoglycemia can cause tremors, confusion, breathing problems, and even kill you. 1 year. If you've made it this far without quitting, or dying, you're in luck. Sort of. Sure, you've lost a lot of weight, but you'll still likely have regular upset stomachs and some of the other aforementioned side effects.
My nausea was terrible.
Vomiting, migraine, loss of appetite.
There could also be some psychological consequences. You may have developed an eating disorder from being so vigilant with food. A recent study of obese rats who received regular doses of semaglutide revealed that the drug affected the areas of their brains responsible for regulating appetite and metabolism. This chemical imbalance is why some Ozempic users have reported feeling revolted by the thought of a burger or slice of cake.
So it's safe to say that the medicine is working because after eating that one piece of Egg Benedict, I feel like bleh.
So I had to throw that $17 smoothie in the trash.
And this could really wear on you over time.
Ozempic put me through it.
But what happens if you stop Ozempic cold turkey? Are you going to raid your fridge for all the cold turkey you can eat? Well, the proof is in the pudding. Pudding. Withdrawal. A trial conducted in 2022 found that people who stopped taking semaglutide after a 68-week treatment regained over 2/3 of the weight they lost within 1 year.
Ozempic.
So it doesn't work when you get off of it.
I gained double the weight back.
Most of them had lost more than 17% of their body weight. With your cravings bouncing back along with your blood sugar levels, your post-Ozempic weight gain is almost inevitable.
Then suddenly it was like your body woke up and discovered, hey, I like bread.
The drug is designed to manage chronic obesity and diabetes over a lifetime, not for a get-thin quick fix. So it might be worth considering some other weight loss options. If you're eager to shed some pounds, there are much healthier solutions, like maintaining a balanced diet and exercising regularly. And Ozempic isn't the first diet trend to blow up on the internet.
I love it.
Could the juice diet be the right solution for you? Reese Witherspoon seems to think so. We'll gulp down all the details on another episode of Your Body On.
These people are eating thousands of calories of McDonald's in a single sitting. That's a pretty awful idea, but do you know what might be worse? Eating McDonald's food for an entire year. How would it affect your body? Well, on today's episode, we're going to show you. This is Your Body on eating McDonald's for a year. What's your favorite meal at McDonald's? Let's say you get a Big Mac, a medium fries, and don't forget about that Coca-Cola. This is a pretty average meal at McDonald's, and it's over 1,000 calories, which is nearly half of a person's daily calorie intake. And this is just one of your meals. For this challenge, we're going to have you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you can't forget about snacking. Would your body be able to handle this for an entire year? Hey, we've all had weeks where we've eaten nothing but fast food, so your first week of eating McDonald's shouldn't be too bad. You might feel a bit constipated and gassy. Since you're not getting enough fiber in your digestive system. And you'll start feeling more sluggish and tired. You can try the grilled chicken and salads, but you'll quickly realize they're not filling enough. And all those greasy fries and burgers are giving you some slight heartburn, but it isn't so bad that you need to see a doctor. So, do you think you can keep eating like this? Okay, you've been eating McDonald's for a couple of weeks now, and you're starting to get a bit bored with your go-to items. So you start eating your way through the menu. Chicken, wraps, breakfast sandwiches, maybe even a salad or two. But every time you choose a burger over a salad, here's what happens inside your body. Your pancreas will get an alert that there are high-fat and high-carb meals on the way and release insulin. The more frequently you eat this stuff, the more your insulin levels will spike, going up and down, which could lead to diabetes. But that's in the future. Right now, you'll be dealing with more acne than normal. This is due to the high amount of carbs and higher blood sugar levels from eating all this food. So, you've been eating burgers, fries, chicken nuggets, and whatever else is on the menu at McDonald's for half a year. This means you've been eating well above the recommended number of daily calories, so it's no surprise that you've put on some pounds around your waist. This extra weight will put pressure on your lungs and heart. Even climbing upstairs could make you out of breath. Your cholesterol levels are incredibly high, and your arteries are at risk of getting blocked. Okay, now your year-long experiment is coming to an end. Let's take a look at what you've done. You've spent about $5,400 on fast food. And consumed well over 3,000 calories every day. And oh man, I don't even want to think about how much weight you've gained. After all that, you're probably pre-diabetic due to all the sugar you've consumed, not to mention the sodium. After your second meal of the day, you would have exceeded your recommended maximum daily value of 2,300 milligrams of sodium. So you've lost a lot of money, gained a bunch of weight, and have a long list of health problems. This diet was a terrible idea. But luckily, if you accept a challenge to do this, McDonald's does have some healthier options for you, and you can always track the calories on the menu to help you make better decisions. So, if you decide to do this, which we don't recommend, you can spend your year eating grilled chicken, salads, and apple slices. It would be hard to resist those burgers, but it can be done. There's nothing like a cold can of Coke on a hot day. But this is a really hot day and you need another one, and another one, and suddenly you just don't want to drink anything else.
I'm gonna go get another Coke.
Coke tastes yummy, but could it make you look older? And how does it make you happier? This is your body on drinking only Coke for a year. Coca-Cola is the most popular soft drink on the entire planet, and for good reason. It's highly addictive. This is because one can of Coke has 10 teaspoons of sugar, which triggers the pleasure and reward zone in your brain. The more you sip, the happier you'll feel. But when these happy feelings wear off and you run out of Coke, you might feel a little cranky. And the problem doesn't end there. Oh no. Even if you're just sticking to Diet Coke. Could Coke make you develop Alzheimer's disease? Hour 1. The effects of Coke on your body are immediate. Whether it's regular Coke or Diet Coke, the bubbles contain acids that intensify the reward response in your brain, making you want more. How about another can? Within 40 minutes, the caffeine has been absorbed, your pupils are dilated, and your blood pressure is elevated. You feel more awake, but in a few minutes, you're about to have a sugar crash. Yeah, suddenly you feel sleepy and sluggish.
I'm exhausted.
I guess it's time for another Coke. Month 1. 1 can of regular Coke has 140 calories. You'll have to drink 8 cans to make up for the amount of liquid that your body needs daily. That's almost 1.5 times the calories you need in one day. After a month of this caloric excess, you start to gain weight quickly. Yeah, you notice that clothes don't fit as well as they used to. Huh, you don't look like those people in the commercials. But the worst part comes when you're hungry all the time. Yeah, even though your body is processing tons of calories, the lack of solids means you won't feel full.
Diet Coke, please.
And if you think you can avoid the weight gain drinking only Diet Coke, well, you might be right on that one, but in the long run, the fear of not fitting into your jeans will be the least of your problems. A study conducted in 2017 found that people over the age of 45 who drank one diet beverage per day nearly tripled their risk of an Alzheimer's diagnosis. Month 6. Okay, you're halfway there, but by the 6-month mark, you feel weak and thirsty. And what did you expect? You haven't drank water in over half a year. All the caffeine you've been drinking has made your body lose the minerals and salts it needs to maintain proper hydration. And the damage isn't only on the inside. Now, dehydration is making your skin feel dry, and you can't remember the last day your hair looked shiny and healthy. Also, the sugar and chemicals in Coke are speeding up your aging process. One study found that drinking 591 milliliters of soda each day over 14 years led to almost 5 additional years of aging. 1 year. Smile, you're reaching the end of the challenge. Oh, no, wait, close your mouth. Oh gosh. The enamel on your teeth is gone. You have tons of cavities and your breath reeks. Ugh. If you drank only Diet Coke, all that aspartame would put you at risk of developing high blood pressure, diabetes, and liver problems. You might also be feeling a stabbing pain in your back. Yeah, those are kidney stones. They formed from all the phosphoric acid you've ingested. Okay, so well, it looks like drinking only Coke for a year didn't have the best outcome. The raw food diet, the 3-day diet, the macrobiotic diet. You've tried them all, but none works the way you hoped. Lately, you've heard a lot about the ketogenic diet.
They tell me it's good.
What makes the keto diet any different from the others? And what can it do for you? This is your body on the keto diet for 1 year.
Want a bite?
I'm on a diet, but thank you.
Okay, you've decided to give keto a try, but when you do something, you go all out. So you're not going to do keto for a few weeks or even a few months, no.
And for how long?
You're going to do it for a year. After all, you want results.
Yes, I do.
So, once you commit, what do you need to do? And does it even work?
I don't know. I mean, I hope so.
There are different types of ketogenic diets, but for the purpose of this exercise, you're going to do the standard one. It's a very low carbohydrate diet with about 10% carb content, 20% protein, and a very high 70% fat content.
What?
Yeah, sometimes to lose fat, you have to eat it first. Fat.
It's keto time.
The first thing you need to do is figure out what you can eat. Keto-friendly foods include seafood, poultry, meat, cheese, eggs, and non-starchy vegetables like bell peppers, mushrooms, and lettuce. The key is to eat less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. When you eat fewer carbs, insulin levels go down and fatty acids are released from the body's fat stores in large amounts. These go into the liver to be oxidized and turn into ketones. This is known as ketosis. It forces your body to get most of its energy from fat rather than carbs.
I'm on this no-carb diet, so that's all you.
Over the last few weeks, you've suffered from headaches, fatigue, constipation, high cholesterol, and bad breath. The good news is, now that you're getting used to the diet, the bad side effects seem to be going away. But be sure to drink a lot of water to keep hydrated. After 8 weeks, you've lost nearly 5 times as much total body fat as you would following a low-fat diet. You also have improved insulin sensitivity, which is a bonus if you have diabetes.
Sounds good.
Lower blood sugar levels and weight loss are only 2 of the positive benefits you've experienced so far. Studies show the diet may have benefits for a variety of health conditions. It may help slow the growth of cancerous tumors and reduce the symptoms and progression of Alzheimer's disease. But you're not thinking about that right now. No, you're in too much pain from the kidney stones.
My kidney!
All right, you've made it to the end of the year and you've lost significant weight.
I'm thin! I'm thin!
But the only thing you can think about right now is eating something sweet. Very sweet. Like loaded with sugar sweet. But go ahead. Sticking to this diet for this long is an achievement in itself. Unfortunately, it may be easier to gain back the weight you lost than it was to lose it. While the keto diet may have many success stories, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a healthy choice for you. The US News and World Report ranked the keto diet as one of the worst of 35 diets it studied. High fat consumption makes it dangerous, especially for those with kidney or heart disease. The diet also cuts out many healthy foods that are part of a balanced diet, like whole grains, legumes, fruit, and certain vegetables. And there's very little scientific evidence that the ketogenic diet is effective or safe over the long term. So, was it worth it? Well, we'll let you decide. People love chocolate. So much that they're willing to buy a gigantic chocolate bar all for themselves. Just imagine how long it would take to eat that thing. Could the human body even handle that much chocolatey goodness? If you're cuckoo for cocoa, how about eating nothing but chocolate for an entire month? Well, sharpen that sweet tooth because today we're going to see what happens. This is your body on eating only chocolate for 1 month. The word chocolate comes from the Aztec word cacahuatl, meaning bitter water. It refers to an unsweetened ceremonial drink made from ground cocoa beans and spices. Now, chocolate is sweeter, more processed, and jammed with ingredients like nuts, nougat, and caramel. A far cry from its bitter Aztec ancestor. But despite all the sugar, chocolate has surprising health benefits. In fact, it's become a new diet trend. But could a month of just chocolate be healthy? For today's challenge, we're going to keep it simple. You'll be eating only pure chocolate bars for a month. That means no peanut butter cups, brownies, or ice cream. Sorry. Okay, you've been subsisting on a combination of dark and milk chocolate. The small amounts of caffeine have given you some extra pep. Ooh. The first few days, you feel good. A study by the University College London found that eating a little bit of dark chocolate can give you a mood boost. It contains ingredients that produce positive feelings and a high concentration of antioxidants that reduce inflammation, a condition linked to depression. But not all chocolate is created equal. Dark chocolate contains 50 to 90% cocoa solids. Milk chocolate has only 10 to 50% cocoa solids and is often packed with more sugar than its bittersweet counterpart. Cocoa also has large quantities of flavonoids called catechins, which may benefit heart health. But when cocoa beans are processed into chocolate, which involves fermentation, drying, roasting, grinding, and refining, many of the natural antioxidants and flavonoids are lost. Okay, that's 1 week down. So far, so good. You've been eating about 2,000 calories of chocolate a day. You miss and crave savory foods. The lack of nutrients is taking its toll on your body. While chocolate contains trace amounts of copper, iron, zinc, magnesium, and protein, there's not enough to be considered a good source of these nutrients. A 100-gram bar of chocolate can contain up to 124% of the daily recommended amount of saturated fat and only 16% of the recommended amount of daily protein. Without enough protein, your body will start to lose muscle mass and you'll feel weak. Eating 4 or 5 bars a day could also lead to obesity because of the high saturated fat content, so you may have packed on a few pounds. But you're already halfway through this challenge, so you can't give up now. A 2015 study found that eating up to 100 grams of chocolate each day may be linked to a lower risk of heart disease and stroke. But you've been eating closer to 400 grams of chocolate daily, so you're likely experiencing adverse side effects. 1 ounce of chocolate contains around 5 to 10 milligrams of caffeine. Too much caffeine in your system can lead to an upset stomach and heartburn. It can also interfere with your body's calcium absorption and may increase blood pressure. You might struggle with insomnia, dizziness, and headaches. Okay, at this point, you're burnt out on chocolate. Just the sight of it makes you queasy. You've started showing signs of vitamin C deficiency, which could lead to bleeding gums, loss of teeth, depression, and even death if it goes untreated. All that added sugar can also cause diabetes or heart disease. And you're probably having some serious stomach problems like diarrhea or constipation from the lack of fiber and vegetables. Having an ounce of dark chocolate a few times a week can be beneficial to your health as long as it doesn't contain too much sugar. But like most things in life, moderation is key. Although after this challenge, you may not ever want to eat chocolate again. How about next time we try a healthier eating challenge, like going vegan for a year? Want to give that a try? Well, we'll see what that challenge brings on another episode of Your Body On.